everyone, welcome to Pwn TV. Thanks for tuning in today. So, in my last video I talked about the version update, and it was quite a long video. And I went over the ins and outs of mostly all the gear that they added to the game. I thought what I would do today, though, is I would go through and do a short playthrough. By short, I don't really know how long it's going to be, but we're going to keep it not so long, right? Hopefully less than the 40-minute video I posted yesterday, right? So what I'm doing right now, all I'm doing right now is just going through and collecting my silver MN vouchers for the month, which I have not done yet. I thought, you know, if you're new to the game or coming back and you're not familiar, maybe this helps you a little bit. So we have silver MN vouchers. You do stuff like chat in Unity chat, you get a silver voucher once a month, and you can stack up to 10. So I guess the first thing on the docket is to kind of clear out what all I farmed while I wasn't recording, like my sparks, and do my couple monthly MN vouchers, and then after that we're probably gonna go do a Mars orb and a Venus orb, and then after that we're gonna go check out the version update in Rizanjima. Hopefully our timing is good and we could get there right when the Elversil Dragon is spawning, so we'll go ahead and run through that. Now, I have not really read through the BG Wiki articles on the update, and I haven't really looked at the Final Fantasy notes either, so I don't know much about what's going on with the update other than its domain invasion. And I remember yesterday I was trying to actually talk to the NPC, and the NPC would not have anything to do with me because I just didn't meet I guess the prerequisites or whatever. I'm gonna get this MN voucher as well for selling an item on Auction House. Have at it, ladies and gents, if you want that item. So we've got a couple silver MN vouchers now. That's good. I'm gonna come over here and unload my sparks, which are capped, before we go out. Because why? Why would we go out with 100k sparks, right? I like doing it in this zone. I have max fame here, and the return on sales to an NPC is not bad. I think it's like 28,000 and some change for a shield. All right. So let's get some shields. Maybe not all of them, but at least put a dent in this so we can start getting more sparks. That sounds like a plan. Yeah, so we'll just get a handful of these guys right here. Sounds good. Now, for whatever reason, I have a lot more inventory than I thought I did today. That could be a bad sign. Maybe I was drunk and sold a bunch of shit that I shouldn't have, or dropped a bunch of shit, even worse, that I shouldn't have. But I have a good amount of inventory space today, like 20 or so slots, which is actually a lot for someone that has a 119 all jobs and gear for all of them. So yeah, so that's cool. So I can carry quite a bit of shields. I need to turn in those RIMS chapters too, so that's even more space that I have. So that is awesome. So we'll just go here really quick and get rid of these. I think if I go to the Tidshoto, I get a little bit more than this price tag when I sell them. But that's fine. I don't really care so much about the money. I just feel silly going out there with cap sparks. So that's a good chunk of gil. So I really need to make more gil for today because I have a Dynamis run tonight. After I get done recording, I'm going to start pugging a Dynamis run. So I'll upload this and then I'll be doing a Dynamis run. If you see this when it's uploaded, you'll probably want to send me a tell in game if you want to go into Dynamis. I'm actually going to fill up to 18, and if I have trouble finding particular jobs, I will pay people good money to actually come out there and help us run the event. No problem. Easy peasy. Like, we had 3 white mages on Monday, and they were all pugs, and I gave each of them 10 mil. So I'm kind of broke now after doing that. But here we go, making money with Acheron shields and all this silver vouchers, etc. So that's really cool. Speaking of, I do have quite a few quests flagged. Dynamis participation, which will happen tonight, so that's already flagged. Omen participation, I'll make time for that later, not on camp today though. Ebsgate, ditto. MN Troph, I'm gonna go talk to Grayson now. Yeah, so we should be good. So I'll talk to Grayson and also drop off those RIMS chapters really quick. So that sounds like a plan. So we'll go to Port Juno and then Low Juno. That's what we'll do. Exit. Really don't need these chapters to be stored, but I feel silly throwing them away because I'm not capped on all of them quite yet. Only just, I think, Chapter 9s I'm capped on for some reason. I want to say that's because I farmed a lot of the brown dragon Oryu guy. I think, or girl, whatever it is. I think that's why I'm capped on just those chapters. But having spammed Lilith, I get all the high quality chapters, like 6 through 10, all the time. So I have a lot of chapters. It's not Sekiro, it's Monaset. Alright, so I'm gonna trade Monaset some chapters. I really don't know if I can do multiples. I forget. I always second guess myself on this, but let's see. I don't think I can though. Ah, I can. Okay, great. Glad I tried that. Okay, so now anything in my inventory is actually already capped. So I'm already capped on these, so he can't hold anymore. Or she can't hold anymore. Okay. Alrighty then, so that's done. So let's go to Low Juno now. And when we go out to our raid, it's going to be on Paladin sub Scholar, just because after the last video I really want to tackle all the ins and outs of how to actually sub Scholar and make it good. It's usually a good sub job in general, but for Paladin, this is kind of, these are rough waters, right? So we got to figure that out. I'll get some hard data as soon as we go out to recent Jima, actually, for that. I believe this is the home point. Oh, actually, this is the Mog House entrance, isn't it? Yeah, I was supposed to go to the exit. That's fine. We'll get there. Or was this the exit? Did I click exit? No, I clicked Mog House. Okay. Sure. Sounds good. Yeah, I'll teleport back over there as soon as the home point loads. No fee for traveling over there either, because we have Mog tablets right now. Hooray. Same with survival guides. I was doing campaign battle and they weren't charging me. And I was like, yes! OP! Okay. So I have to speak with Grayson to get the thing. I'm gonna purchase 5 more things. I have the gil. And then I'm gonna trade Grayson some things. That sounds like a plan. He's storing 5 of them, he's gonna get 3 of them. That puts me at a total of 11 because I had some from last month. So that's perfect. So that's a Venus Orb. Now last month, I crit on my Mars Orb. I think it might have been my Venus Orb, but I want to say it was my Mars Orb. I crit and I got an Omen Body in Amantrove. It's the only time that's ever happened to me. So I sold it for 200 mil. And that got me a particular weapon, which I'll show in just a moment. So what I was able to get with the gil that I got off of a guy that bought the Omen Body from my treasure pool last month when I went was a sword for Red Mage that's really good. A lot of people know what this sword is already. It's called Crocea Moor, and Crocea Moor is really nuts. I have a signed one because I farmed the materials and made a friend, and that's how I think everyone should do it, because you're paying a lot less gil that way, trust me. Farming the materials and tipping the guy was maybe 50 mil in this case, on average for these things. That's what it tends to be for me. And then augmenting it after that is probably another 50 mil or more, right? So that's 100 mil. But it's R15, guys, or R25, excuse me. I'm sorry, R25, and I only spent 100 mil, at most 110 mil on the thing, and they sell not like R0, they sell with no rank points for 150 on the auction house, because why not, right? So that's cool. So knowing people on the game is actually really OP. Saves you a lot of gil. And the other items that I had a friend of mine craft, different friend, was Gandring, which is an item that I will one day be able to craft myself because it is smithing and I am a smith. But I'm not quite done with my shield yet. But this guy got me 2 of them. 2 of them, signed by the same guy, a month apart I think, was how it ended up being. And yeah, I just walked up to him one day and we got lucky. 1 for 1. And then on the next day, the next month, when I went back, I was like, hey, you're online. It's been a while. I bet you can HQ that again because it's been so long. Like, the game's not, you know, like, that's how this game works. Like, you're eventually going to HQ again. If you give the game enough time, your chances are going to just go up and up, like, depending on how long, you know what I mean? Like, that's just how math works. I guess, maybe, who knows? statistician, whatever it is, they'll know the ins and outs. But yeah, so 2 signed Braska, signed Gandrakes. That's really cool. I didn't actually augment these. I don't mean to be on a huge tangent, but the point was when I got these made, I just farmed the materials, and they were all like 50 mil or less to make them, and then again another 50 mil to augment if I wanted to. But I want to be able to sell these and then sign my own and then augment those. So these particular ones I'm probably going to sell. That's why they're not augmented. That's the only reason they're not augmented, because I want to sign my own and augment that. It would be silly of me to not do it that way, you know what I mean, right? Maybe, who knows? I mean, that's just how I feel about it. Okay, so where are we at? We have a Mars orb and we have a Venus orb, so we're actually ready. But that whole entire story that I just told about last month, getting the 200 mil off of an Omen body, it was the Mage Omen body, in case anyone's curious. Shamash robe, it would have looked great on my Taru, but I needed the gil, right? I had a lot of things that I needed to spend money on, and our 25 Red Mage sword was definitely one of those things. And I got Daybreak that week too, so yeah, the club, the OP club for fucking for the guy, for the thing. If you want to do the thing with the thing, you have the club that does the thing. Wherever it is. Yeah, here you go. So light elemental damage 50. Like, that's all I care about. All the other stuff I don't even care about. Offhand this, light elemental damage 50. Okay, Seraph Blade. Okay, Seraph Blade. Oh, what's that? It's a magic weapon skill? Okay, R25 per CMORs, Seraph Blade. Let's go. That's what I did. That worked great for me. That's what I did. But the whole reason I told that story was because we're about to go back into our monthly MN Trove run, and I just crit last month. So I'm probably losing. That's the whole point. Like, I could have just opened with that, but I needed to tell the story, I suppose. So yeah, so we're gonna probably just get our butt kicked, but if we don't, maybe we'll get some pretty good loot, right? Like, who knows? I'm not gonna sell whatever I get. I know I'm broke, but I don't have my mule active right now, so it would be a pain in the ass to record this video and also sell drops that might drop, so we'll just get whatever we get. Why not? Who cares? I suppose I could just sell the orbs too, but... And I know I'm not going to get another Omen body, because I just got one, right? Like, what are the odds of me getting an Omen body, like, 2 months in a row on these 2 Venus orbs? Like, 2 for 2? Really is how that works out? What are the odds? What are the odds of going 2 for 2 on Shamash robe? I just don't see it. I don't see it. So... Just like when I'm farming Lilith, once I see a couple drops, I'm like, yeah, we're wasting our time. We're not going to get any more. She's already been very generous, right? Like, that's how I feel about this MN Trove that I'm about to go into. As soon as I can remember where we need to go. I think it doesn't really matter, but we'll go Gustberg Palbara Mines, because why not? I like Palbara Mines. It was one of the first dungeons in this game that I ever entered, because I started in Bastok. Like, I'm serious. It was like the dungeon that I originally entered from town on Ponzelot. Maybe on other characters too, who knows? Probably on all of my characters, because I pretty much always start in Bastok for some reason. And Dangaroof Wadi's a nightmare, so let's not ever zone in there, right? Okay, so we're here. So I'm going to go ahead and just be a smart player and use the Mars Orb first, see if I can figure out where the Mimic spawns, and then use the Venus Orb, and then go into where the Mimic was last, because his chances of being in the same spot are very, very non-existent. Probability 0, as some people would say. It's just not going to happen. By some people, I got that quote from Numberphile, so if you're a Numberphile fan, then you know about probability 0. It was in his 4D darts video for those Numberphile fans that are out there. Okay. So what do? Let's go die to a Mimic. I like that plan. I really would prefer not to die to a Mimic, but yeah, we're probably gonna die to a Mimic. Unless I get a loud thud right away! Of course! That's a noise. Okay. Hello! Obviously that was the bad guy. I should have known better. So we're gonna go back and open that one first. And then hopefully it is a loud thud. That's what I want in my life. A loud thud. In the first box. So you got 10 boxes. One of them is probably a loud thud. Any one of the, well, 11 if you count the middle one. And it technically can be a loud thud as well, so you got 11 loud thud possibilities. 12 months in a year. 12 free Venus orbs in a year, basically. So you do the math. You're probably opening the loud thud on the first box once a year. Like, if you just use your Venus orb that you get once a month, that's probably what you end up doing once a year. So that means for me that I just got the Shamash robe for this year. I won't get anything until next year. But, you know, we have the run, so maybe I get lucky. I have the run available. I could go in there and get super duper lucky. But if that happens, then I should probably just sell all of my other Venus orbs for the rest of the year. Like, honestly, like if that happens to you, I would highly recommend you just sell your Venus orbs for the rest of the year. If you get 2 Omen bodies in the same year, you're done. You're fucking done. Just cash out. Just cash out. Take your winnings and sell your orbs. Because you're going to get screwed a lot after that. That's just math. So back to Palboro Mines. Back to Warun Shrine. Back in there to get smacked in the face by a mimic. Or maybe get an Omen body. I'm okay with either one, honestly. If I get a Dagon chestplate, I might have to take a break from the video, though. And run around my house. Oh, that would be OP. I got a pulse weapon a couple months ago. Like the item that you need to upgrade a pulse weapon from Ambuscade, I got one of those. On one of my orbs. I'm pretty confident that one was when I opened the middle box, and I just simply got it, opening the middle box and nothing else. Because that, I have a friend that did that, and he explained to me how the middle box could be a loud thud as well. And it doesn't give you the description when you open it, so there's really no telling. Okay, the chances of it being in this box again are basically not there. However, it's probably in the next box that I open. So, fucking A. Okay, alright. I'm gonna roll. Odds, I'm gonna go right. Evens, I'm gonna go left. Okay, I'm gonna go right. That's a thud. Damn, see, I want the loud thud, and it technically can be in the middle. And most everyone says that they recommend you opening the middle box after you get a thud. The question is, am I greedy? The question is, am I greedy? I don't fucking know. Oh my god, what am I gonna do? Do I live a little right now? Shit. Okay, let's random again. And the same thing, it'll be evens and odds. I'm talking the highest order digit, not the lowest order digit. So 700 something is gonna be on the right. So we got a 902, so that's on the right as well. Ha! I knew it! I knew I would get screwed! Okay, alright, that's fine. Yeah, guys, take everyone else's advice. When you get the thud, just exit. Just exit. Take your winnings. Because the middle box can be a loud thud. Like, you could just simply, you could just have that, right? Okay. Well, I'm probably never going to learn from that mistake. I will admit. I'm going to make that mistake over and over again. Because I like to gamble. Might have a problem. Okay, so that's done. Let me clear out my inventory, +2. And now I suppose we really need to unlock the list from the new NPC in Norg, and the way to do that, I guess, I haven't looked up the wiki like I said, I'm assuming, after playing this game for 15 some odd years, that all I need to do is do the content, and then everything magically works out. So we're gonna go do the content. And then everything should magically work out, right? Okay, where's my warp ring? One of these boxes. I need the dimensional ring, actually. We're gonna go to Rizanjima. That sounds like a plan. It's Azura. I'm sure everyone's waiting for the Drake in Rizanjima right now. probably going to be an around-the-clock thing, too, like where everyone just simply goes out there now. Because, I mean, if you watched my last video, you already know that the ultimate item you can get for 1,200 Dominion points, whatever it is, the 1,200 points for doing the content out here is going to get you an item called Worm Ash, I think it is, and that item crafts into an item that is gonna sell for millions a kill, like, period. And everyone can farm Worm Ash. Like, everyone can farm Worm Ash. You don't need any skill to do this. Like, it's like Sparks, honestly. It's like a new Spark system. Like, if you're really being literal, that's how it's gonna work. Like, you go out here, you farm your Sparks, in this case your points, and then you cash them in for your Acheron shields, in this case your Worm Ashes, and it's going to take you a week or more to get a Worm Ash, but once you have it, you can craft it into an item and make millions a go. Like, and you can keep doing this, so there's no limit on how many Worm Ashes you get as long as you have the points, right? So then, I think I could just hop right into the Elversil content. He's not giving me an Elversil yet. But you know what, guys? I think we have a Unity, and they tell you in the Unity what monster is going to come next. And it's possible that the Drake is going to spawn in a few minutes, but I could just as easily go to another zone because there's 3 zones that U2 Drake's in. I think all of these people are waiting for the dragon to spawn. How long on Elversil, Drake? Pop. Let's see if anyone has some information, because it could very well be in just a few minutes. And we can go out there and kill the dragon. There's a lot of people here. We could easily kill the dragon. I guess we can show off the Paladin update a little bit, since I'm on Paladin now. Let's see. Who do we want in our party? We'll bring Yorin. Koru. He'll haste me. I might be racist because all of my party members are all Tarus, except for Omia. She's kind of like a really tall Taru though, because she has pointy ears. So we're gonna take that too as a Taru. She's a Taru now. Just break her legs. She'll be just a fine Taru. Same with Koltada. Even though he doesn't have pointy ears, he can also be a Taru. Who else are we putting in here? We need probably Uketotlin, right? Because Haste Samba is really good. That sounds like a lot of haste if I do that. So maybe actually Wahim could be good. Who knows? This is not bad though. This is a pretty standard support party for like someone who's trying to DPS. And I am on Paladin, so I don't need a tank. And yeah, I am on Paladin, so I'm not gonna DPS. But who knows? With enough buffs, maybe I can make it happen. I can also switch swords. Even though I have a mythic that's done, I could, well, it's not R15, I guess it's not done, or whatever the rank cap is on these now, I don't know. But it's good enough for me, man. Like, it really is. Like, I'm happy with that the way it is. But I have the Ambuscade sword, so with enough buffs from my trusts, maybe the Ambuscade sword, yeah, words, I can't say words today. Maybe this sword will come out on top in a parse. With all the buffs. Possibly. I could sub Ninja and dual wield, but then I can't show off Accession Phalanx in Domain Invasion. Let's see if he's ready to give us a pass there yet. You know what I want. What are all these people waiting here for? I'll give you 3 guesses. Oh, they said up. Okay, okay. Good, I just need to refresh Shift Rix and then go. Thanks, Famsy. I love this server, guys. Galka 2, shout out to this man. He knows what's up. He knows what's up. What am I doing? I thought we were going. I think I clicked, yeah, I think I clicked the return Elversil by accident. I was too excited about my Galka friend. Okay, let's go. Clobber time, go! That's right. Clobber time, go. I like that name, Epic. It's pretty cool. Very original, quite epic indeed. Okay, these trusts are almost off cooldown. That's perfect. Probably should summon my own Celtius too, but maybe not. Actually, he does rejuvenation spam, and with the new Paladin update, I don't think like we need rejuvenation spam in our party because Majesty Cure 4 is rejuvenation. Like that's what it is. So yeah, I think we're fine. It's not exactly what it is, but you get the idea. It functions the same way. The whole reason everyone's summoning all these AoE trusts like Celtius is because Celtius is going to cure the whole party, and every other party that's next to him. In this content, it's all linked as one big party, so that can happen. So let's see about Accession. Maybe it's party only, like my party only, or maybe it actually works like normal shit. Let's go Light Arts. Stratagems, Accession, and let's go Phalanx and see who gets hit. Phalanx. Only my party, okay. That's fine. And now we're gonna bust the game in half. Let's go Majesty, and then let's just say Cure 4 and see what happens. Okay, that didn't heal everyone else either. So maybe it works in campaign only and not domain invasion, so that's kind of interesting. I was actually thinking it would work in domain invasion too, because the whole Celtius and everyone else's AoEs kind of cascade into other parties, but I guess Majesty Cure 4 won't do that. So it only works in campaign, and that's not even 119 content. Like, we don't do campaign. Like, let's be honest, we're not doing campaign. So maybe that's why it works there and it doesn't work here, because they thought it was too busted and they nerfed it, but they didn't nerf it in level 75 content. Like, that, I think, is my best explanation on what happened. Because why would it work in one and not the other? That's weird. That is so weird. Probably also works in Besieged, I bet. There's a lot of people here. That's a lot of Yorin-Orans. Yorin-Oran, go over here with your people. It's a Yorin party. That's the right unity, ladies and gentlemen. That is, because that's my unity. This person in Apururu, he's screwing everything up for everyone else. That's what you're doing if you're using Apururu. You're screwing everything up for all these Yorin-Oran players. Bro, like here's another Apururu. Just hanging out. Let's see, I bet the dragon's about to pop. The wait is real though, isn't it? I bet I get another accession charge now. I'm gonna bust sublimation now while we have it. Let's hit everyone with Aquavale. That sounds like a reasonable AoE buff. We have plenty of time to prep, so I can do that and Stone's Throw. But I really only wanted Phalanx, and I have that already. Maybe I'll just save the accession charge for the next Phalanx. I don't know why I just got cheered, but okay. Cheer. Now there is one fun thing that you can do in this content. It's not fun for everyone, but it's fun for some of us. You can actually force the dragon to spike flail everyone, and since you're playing a tank job, I love you too. Since you're playing a tank job, okay, thanks. You don't your spike flail doesn't kill you, but it'll kill everyone else, and then you can get. Okay, I gotta stop. I gotta stop a moment. I'm being complimented way too much. Okay. Thank you again. Shout out to all of you guys who are here talking and now not even knowing that they're in our video. Yeah, but anyway, back to Spike Flail. If you're a little bit chaotic evil, I guess, you could Spike Flail everyone, and then you could get a lot of XP and bonus points in the content for doing things like raising them. That is genius! That is the big brain strat. That's what you do. You get that guy that has like 4 mules that are all playing Thief and they're all very squishy, and he would be very sad if all of his mules suddenly died, but he probably wouldn't care. Or he'll rage. Maybe he rages. Who knows? You got both ends of the spectrum out here. But I don't think I'm going to spike fellow people today. I think I'll get just enough points actually not letting people die and just Cure 4 spamming the whole time. But if we get that gear with the trust level +1 out here, like, your trusts are not going to die. They're just not going to die. Like, they're going to be so strong. They're going to be stronger than a lot of players. Like, I'm honest. I'm being honest. Like, 100% honest. Some trusts are stronger than some players in this game. So do not take that for granted if you're coming back to the game thinking, oh, they're just the same as Adventuring Fellows. No, they're not. They are definitely not the same as Adventuring Fellows. Adventuring Fellows was a fucking beta test. I'm sorry if you miss your Adventuring Fellow friend. I miss mine. But we're never going to see each other again. Because I got Jorn Oren. I'm good. And Arc HM, he's not out today, but I'll summon him later. He's awesome. He solos Dynamis Divergence for me, man. He doesn't even care. He's a badass tank trust. I need an adult. I do. Oh, damn. I'm being way complimented. I was actually going to make this video with my webcam on, but I can't seem to get it to work. Plus, I just got out of the shower, and I look so fresh right now, like, for real. But, no. Not today, I guess. I'm too lazy to figure this thing out. It worked one day, and then it stopped working, and I couldn't ever get it to work after that. So that's life. That is life. Oh god! Oh god! Things are getting wild in chat. What do I do? I have horns. You see this? This helmet? I have horns. You can't stroke my hair. Bro! How are you gonna... Wait a second. Wait a second. Ignore head? Is that the one? Head? What? 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 What is the head one? Ah! I don't remember. Oh my god, is it show head? Is it reveal head? Oh my god, I really don't know what it is. Oh, how embarrassing! Rip. Yeah, I don't remember the command. It's probably on this list. Display head? Is it? Yeah, there you go. There we go. Now you can stroke my hair. It's there. It's available. I've made it available. Yes. Indeed. Bridget doesn't have a helmet either. You can stroke her hair, but she's underage, so I'll tell her parents on you if you try. Just so you know. And her dad is Jorn Oren, and he's right here. His back might be turned, but he'll catch you. I promise this. Bridget's mom is also ArcEV. Don't ask, okay? It's one of those things, right? You just go with it. Jorn Oren and ArcEV are Bridget's parents. Prove me wrong. You can't. Right? Pretty sure you can't. I don't know everything in this game, but pretty sure Bridget doesn't really have parents defined in the game. Let me know in the comments if you know her parents for real, though. That would be interesting. Hey, it's stuff and things. That means a dragon is nearby. Okay. I think I might be a little bit laggy. Quite laggy. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. I'm just gonna watch. Baronessa has put a stop to the skirmish. Those who successfully prevent the battle will receive an ability and reward bonus. Once the ability bonus disappears, so will the reward bonus. The boss battle will begin shortly. Okay. Oh, that was because we were ready, I think, at the start. Okay, that's interesting. Flaming Crush right away. That's interesting. Maybe this is like the hidden OP way to actually get more points. It's possible. Because I couldn't even really claim that thing. It was dead too fast. Those mobs were dead too fast. Alright, so just like any dragon, you want to kind of stand on the feet. This thing's going to die really fast, so there's really not much I can do other than bash away at it. But we'll play our job. I don't think I need Reprisal because I'm not being attacked, but I could definitely benefit from Crusade. This Atonement's not going to do anything. These guys are slaughtering this thing, like, honestly. I'm just going to keep weapons dealing then. Sounds good. It's already dead. It's already fucking dead. Okay. So we probably got the minimum points there, because that was really fast. There's a lot of people here. We've got some attack points. Really nothing else. Party bonus 0, X, whatever. Yeah, I didn't have any party, so no bonus there. So it looks like if you summon party members, you get more points, right? So that X would be an actual number. And then I'd get more than just the 20 domain points. But as far as I understand it, you can get 80 points per day. And these things get melted really quick. And right there, that's 20 points. Quite easy. I thought I would get 10 because I didn't really do anything but swing my sword around a couple of times. Yeah, so we really didn't get to do a whole lot of testing with like the new Paladin update because the monster died way too fast. But that's fine. Oh, we could go do a Wildskeeper Reeve and see it there. That would be pretty cool, I guess. But those Reeves, nobody's going to be doing them, so start to finish would probably take 20 minutes for Paladin. I don't know if I like that idea too much. So yeah, you're just going to have to take my word for it that Majesty Cure 4 is really broken. Yeah, that's what you got to do. You just take my word for it on this. And also, I get to display my head again. Hide my hair from these stalker friends of mine, I guess. Okay, think we had one other thing that we wanted to do, and I believe it was actually in Norg, so let me just go ahead and exit with my ring. Maybe, if I can find it. Alright. So we're gonna go to Norg and see if that NPC will talk to us now that I've actually gone through the content once. Pretty interesting. I think that Paladin's not the right job to bring, though. On a slow day, yeah, but I don't think we're gonna have slow days anymore, considering how much money you stand to make from Domain Invasion now. So I think the best job is gonna be Summoner. Like, just get on the Summoner bandwagon again, and start Flaming Crush things, like, as soon as you get into the content. Like, just hit your Flaming Crush macro, kill the shit out of all the ads, get the bonus points, be in a party, get the party bonus points. Probably that's how they're wanting you to get the content done, with getting the most points for it. But let's be honest, if the person I talked to was correct and you only have a cap of 80 per day, per Earth Day, then honestly it doesn't really matter how many you get done all at once, because the content takes 5 minutes. Like, you get in, you watch the dragon get slain by like 100 players, and then you get out, and then you're done. And then you've got like maybe 10 or 20% of your daily quota already done. So you do that 5 times, maybe less, maybe 4 times. Like, I just got 20, so 3 more of those runs should cap me out for the day. And the runs are fast, so we're not really worried so much about how many you get, I guess, per run. I think you shouldn't put that much emphasis on how many you get per run. But there are probably a few tricks that you can touch on. I'm sure people will discover those tricks, but I just don't see it being relevant enough to matter, honestly. That is assuming that there is indeed a cap of 80 per day. And, you know, I mean, time is money, let's be honest. So who knows? And on our way to Newark. Okay, so this zone's probably just as crowded. I really don't know why they put Zurem over here in the corner with all these other guys. I get it, he's kind of the same character as the other guys, fine, but you even made a positive effort to put him on the far end of that corner instead of stacking him next to Nolan and Osim. But what you really don't understand is that whole entire corner is often crowded because people are here to talk to Osim, and you just doubled the amount of people that need to be here in this one same corner. Like, what the fuck, Square Enix? You couldn't have put Zurem over here where Mermaid Man is standing. Like, for real? You couldn't have done that. Pisses me off. Like, why? That's the worst place for him to be, in this corner. That's so stupid. I mean, it looks nice if your server's empty and you're looking like on a fucking... If you're in the beta for the version update and you're playing on like a closed server right before the version update goes live and you're just deciding on where the best place to put the NPC is based on just looking at a handful of NPCs and no players, then it kind of does. Like, if you hide players here, it doesn't look that crowded with 4 NPCs here. But you just doubled the amount of players that need to crowd these NPCs. That's stupid. Like, why would you not even consider moving the Zurem guy over onto the far side of this wall, so where he has enough distance away from Osim, so where it's not so crowded, right? This is not bad though. It's not that crowded right here right now, but trust me guys, it's gonna be a nightmare getting in and out of this hallway occasionally when you come through. It's gonna piss people off. I know this much. So Zurem actually said something to me today. Last time I talked to him, he didn't want to talk to me, but now he says, hey you, I see you got some domain points on you. So that's what I thought. I just needed some domain points and he would just instantly do his thing. Yep, them's the ones. Okay, so he's basically telling me, what is this? There's a type of viscous fluid that drops after defeating unusual monsters. The amount in the bottle is worth 10 points. Too hard for people of Esha to tell the difference between silt, beads, and like, so came up with this name. About these domain points, monsters drop them. There's a limit on how many you can make per day. That makes them a lot more difficult to get. Okay, so there's a limit, and he does say per day, and he is in character, but let's be honest, because it wouldn't make sense for the game day to be the limiting factor in this case. That would make 0 sense, considering after the 4 runs or so that you're going to need to do to get to the cap, you've literally spent a game day or more doing just those 4 runs. So you would never really, you see what I'm saying? You would never really have downtime. The whole point of implementing a cap is to give people a break from the content, like force them to step away from the content. And it just makes the economy smoother in the long run, and it makes the players healthier because they don't stay up all day binging the content. So it's definitely game day, or Earth Day. Definitely Earth Day. It should say Earth Day in parentheses, but they've made plenty of mistakes already. Like I caught this in my last video when I looked at the playback on the last video. I caught this, so I'll actually show you guys here now, because I'm pretty sure that it's in here, right? So let's go to 1,000 points and see what we got. Yes. Guys, take one look at this item, okay? Look at it very carefully and tell me what you see, other than words. Because in my last video I could not understand what boosts enmity decrease plus 8 meant, but I think it's self-explanatory. You're boosting the chance of your enmity to decrease by 8 points. That's what that should mean. So it's gonna help you lose enmity faster. That's great. Fine. Sure. Sounds great. But it's Yingvi Earring, and it's equipable to the neck slot, and it has an image of a necklace on it. But it says Yingvi Earring. So you equip this to the neck slot as an earring. So they need to change the name to not be earring, obviously. It needs to be a necklace. So I thought that was interesting. All the other ones look right, but that one was definitely wrong. My favorite one so far is actually... Let's see, I really like the Embla Sash. That was one of my favorites. Let's see, another one that I really liked. The Twisto earring. Really think this is going to be good. This is going to replace your Adnawa earring normal quality. So you'll have your Adnawa earring high quality plus a Twisto earring from now on, and that would just be better in general. The other one I really liked... Well, let's just point out really quick that this Waltz potency is equipable by White Mage, Black Mage, and other mages. And why would you sub-dancer on those jobs unless you had dual ambuscade clubs? Like the Kaja Club and the shiny version of the Kaja Club, whatever it's called. Like, you could do that, but why would you do that on White Mage and Black Mage in particular? Like, why would you sub-dancer? I don't, you know, like, what? What are you doing? Some of these items are just a little bit quirky, actually. Quite quirky. Like, Bela Earring, Imity minus on Ranger and Core is not that impressive. Subtle Blow 5, we already have Subtle Blow earrings for those jobs. Range Accuracy, we already have Range Accuracy earrings for those jobs. This item makes no sense. Some Ranger cried about how he's not able to shed hate or something. Like, that's what happened. Like, I can't shed hate. I don't know. Yeah, but I think, yeah, this Tathlum is another one that I really liked, because it replaces your level 88 Demonry Core that you've probably been holding on to for years now if you play Beastmaster. Because it's Accuracy 4 on your pet, this is Accuracy 15 on your pet. Plus other stuff. So those are the creme de la creme points, 1,000 point items. The only other category that's better than that is the 1,200, and that is the Worm Ash. This is the item you need. You need to just need to get that item, man. Just get that item right now, Let's get it. Let's get it. Get more of them. Get all of them. Get all of them. Get so many of these things. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's what you need. That's what you need in your life. You need that item. You need that item a lot. That item's gonna make you so much money. Trust me. You know what's going to be sad, though, is if you try to craft an HQ with your shield and it breaks normal quality sense, and sometimes you lose the materials, and that happens to you, and the material you happen to lose in that case is the ash that you spent 1,200 points on, like, that's going to trigger someone. But, hey, it's the price of doing business. And let's be honest, after enough time passes, everyone's going to be selling their ashes anyway, so their worm ashes are going to all be for sale. So it doesn't matter if you break them in the long run. You know what I mean? So that's that. But look at this, isn't this cool? Like, this is just the lower category. This is the 800 point category. We get all of these weapons. Colada for days. You can get a Colada. That's probably all I would get on here. Maybe, probably. Yeah, maybe Griot Aveler. You probably shouldn't spend your domain points on this, though. Let's be honest. You could just do the NM content and get it done faster in the same day and not lose any points doing it. Just lose a few pop items doing it and some time. But the time that it requires you to get all the domain points, it's really not worth it to buy things like Odyssean Chestplate or any of the Rizenjima bodies, like have Valorous. What was the other one? Herc Vest. You could, but it's 800 points. That's going to be literally 2 weeks of playing the game to get that item. You could get it in one afternoon, right? With a couple of people, pay them a few mil. So I still see people being able to merc this stuff, even though it did kind of get hit, because you can technically get it with some other currency besides Gil now, right? So mercs did kind of get a little shafted, but I still think that their business is going to be booming in this case, because who's going to want to spend the 800 points on this when they're so close to getting a Worm Ash? They're probably not going to want to do that. That's ideally that you would want to just save up for the Worm Ash. Like, if you've played any MMO in your life, you probably already know this, but typically the best item to save your points for is the one in the highest category. Like, the one that costs the most points is typically the one that everyone should get or save up for. It's gonna be the best item. And in this case, the game is no exception. So they gave us Worm Ash, didn't tell us what it was used for, but we look online and we could see the synthesis recipes for Worm Ash, so we're spoiled by that. We have that spoiler, so we have that information. But in general, if you did not look at any wikis, look what you're actually seeing here. You're going through and you see 10-point items, and they're probably trash. And you see 40-point items, and you're like, okay, maybe I can pick some of this up for tomorrow, right? And then eventually you go down the list and you're like, okay, some of this stuff's looking pretty good. All jobs, like stuff that I can wear, like Reason Jama bodies, fucking Kurio, all this, that's great. Like, if I have 800 points, I can just get that done. And then 1,000, and now this stuff is getting to be really insane. Like, these items, you can't find these anywhere else. This is just exclusive to 1,000 domain point category on this NPC. And then after that, after you looked at all of the data on all of these items, you look at the 1,200 point category, and you're like, this has got to be God tier. This has got to be like Omen bodies in here, right? And you open it, right? And it's classic Square Enix, where they just give you a description of an item and nothing else. They don't tell you what it does. They don't tell you what stats it has or how it can be used. They just say, here's a Worm Ash, and go nuts. Get your 1,200 points, buy the Worm Ash. And then you're thinking to yourself, if you don't look online for this, if you don't do any research, you're probably thinking, how is that 1,200 points? How is this better than everything else? But it is. It ends up being like most of the other situations you encounter this exact situation. Your last item is usually the best item. Usually the best item. And no exception here. Worm Ash is going to give you a really, really OP item, which I guess I should be fair to those of you who didn't watch my previous video, and just really quick, pull up my... I'll pull up Chrome, and I'll actually show you what Worm Ash can craft into, because nobody's made the item yet, so I can't show you in-game. But I'll pull up Chrome, and I'll look at the Worm Ash synthesis recipes, and I'll spoil this for you guys. So before I actually show you the Chrome, I'm going to show you what I think is the best item that has stats on it in this list, that if you didn't know any better, you would say this is what you save your points up, and you never spend the 1,200 on a Worm Ash. I'm going to show you that item, okay? That item is most likely going to be either Emblasash, I mean, I'm showing favoritism because I play Scholar, or Twisto Earring, or if you play Red Mage, Snatcher Earring. These are things that you're going to look at them and you're going to be like, holy shit, I need these in my life. They're so good. But then you look at the Ash and it doesn't look so good at all. Now, once I give you the information on what it can craft into, you can kind of see it's easily way better than all of the other stuff that you just looked at. I need to pull up Chrome. So here's Worm Ash, and it can be crafted into 4 different items with 1,200 points. Easy peasy. 2 of these items are garbage, in my opinion. Bonecraft and Goldsmithing are trash. They get really shafted. But these 2 are really good. These 2 are my favorite. The Leathercraft and Clothcrafting Guild, they get a Skirmer Cord +1 synthesis recipe, and they also get a Girder Belt +1 synthesis recipe. So if your weapon skill happens to be magic attack, like Lead and Salute, or Aeolian Edge, or something like that, then you can equip this belt instead of Eshin Stone, and it's better than Eshin Stone. It's just straight up, in every way, better than Eshin Stone, and you could just put that on all jobs now. So you can make that with a Worm Ash, and you could sell it on Auction House for a lot of money. Similarly, for the other guild, I believe this is the Leathercraft recipe. Yep. This is the best item in the game, I think, for this year. If I had to just rate all of the items that came out this year, this is my favorite item. This item is broken. It's like Merry Christmas, all Final Fantasy players. We're going to give you a broken item for Christmas. That's what they did here with this item. This item is fucking nuts. Like, if you really just look at those stats, why would those stats be balanced on one item slot? Like, how is this a balanced item at all? This is, again, this is a high quality version, and there is a risk of breaking and losing your Worm Ash when you craft a high quality version, especially with this Gutshin shield. You could just simply break and lose it quite easily. Or you craft the normal quality one without the escutcheon shield and lose out on millions and millions of gil, because the normal quality one's good and all. That's good, but that's like 10 mil good. Like, that's maybe 10 mil on a good day right there. Maybe the first few that come out are going to be closer to 30 or 40 or 50 mil, but this item's probably balancing out at around 10 mil. And a lot of people are not going to be crafting these, because the people that are going to be crafting their Worm Ashes into this, they're going to find someone who has the Leathercraft shield done. They're going going to hit that person up and they're going to try to get the +1 version just to get +1 on all of the stats. Because this item is stacking the store TP and the dual wield in one slot, giving HQ to this item gives you a +1 on both of those. That's going to actually just, the value there is way more than just +1 at this point. Because you've stacked so many things on this item that you need to have multiples of, and all of those values are going up because it's a high quality. Not just one of those values, all of those values are going up. The original one is like a 5 and a 3. And then you have a 6 and a 4 on those stats. That's nuts. That's huge. That's way bigger than it looks like. If you're doubting me on this, do the math once you get this item and you will be impressed. This is insane. This is very insane, and I think everyone needs to get this if they play any of these jobs. And look how many jobs can equip this. We have literally almost every job in the game can equip this item. And TP for like crazy amounts, crazy fast, and get to 1000 TP super duper fast, easy peasy. So that's the item that I have my eyes set on right now. I want to get one of these signed. And I might, knowing my luck, I'll probably have the guy accidentally break and lose the Worm Ash. And then it'll take me another week to get the 1200 points back. Maybe that happens, but you know, who knows? Maybe along the way, I learn a couple of tricks to get more domain points per day, or something like that. Maybe, who knows? Anything can happen. Anything can happen at this point. But anyway, that's the video. It's getting pretty long now, so we need to wrap it up, and I think I covered everything I wanted to talk about. Basically everything I talked about yesterday, but now I'm a bit more prepared for it. And the content's easy to do. It's quite easy. We went out there and had a blast. It was easy peasy. 5 minutes and you're done. Do about 4 or 5 runs a day and you're done. And you can just go in the next day. And you can sign all of your mules in to do this, right? All of your mules can stack up the 1200 points and then probably just give you their Worm Ash because it's not rare or exclusive. They could probably just trade it to your main account, like easy peasy. Once they have the 1200 points, and now you have a second Worm Ash, which means value, because now you can make another high quality belt if that's what you choose to use it on. I would. Another high quality leathercraft belt with like a leathercrafter Shudian friend of yours, and you could sell that one and easily get, I would guess, 100 million gil. On day 1, it's probably going to be closer to 500 million gil. The first one that goes on the auction house is probably going to be 500 mil if I had to guess, but it's probably going to bottom out at 50 to 100 if I had to guess, because again, after enough people do the content long enough, you'll start seeing a pattern where everyone every week is turning in all of their mules ashes, and then all of those mules are undercutting each other on auction house, if it is sellable on auction house. I'm not saying it is. It might be. It should be. If not, Bazaar, same thing. You could Bazaar the Worm Ash, I'm pretty sure. And once they start competing against each other on getting their Worm Ashes sold, that's when the price is going to start dropping by a lot. And you're going to see very cheap, high quality Worm Ash synthesis recipes on the auction house, basically. So that's it for the video. Thanks for watching it to the end. I suppose I'll end it here, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm pretty busy this weekend, so it'll be a while, and I'm looking forward to it. I'll come up with something spicy for y'all, and I'll see you then. Peace out.